Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hopefully I don't look too ratchet right now. I have my bonnet on and everything, but obviously from the title of this video, you know that I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, a chit chat get ready with me. My makeup is very plain and simple. I don't do anything extravagant, so if you're looking for like extravagant makeup as far as highlighting, contouring, all of that, you're not going to find it here, but you can stay and find out how I do my makeup on a regular basis, as well as to learn about my college experience. So yeah, let's get started. And just in case I don't tell y'all what makeup I am currently using, everything will be down in the description box. So I know that I need to get my eyebrows done soon, but just in case I'm not looking in the mirror, looking in the camera, I'm looking at the mirror behind. So I just wanted to talk about my 4 to 5 years in college. I made some notes, so I will pull it up right now. So my freshman year of college, I attended Glenville State College, which is in West Virginia. The ultimate goal of freshman year was supposed to be to go to Liberty University, where I did eventually go to school, but a lot of financial aid situations came about, so I was unable to go to Liberty, and I didn't want to stay home. It's always been a goal of mine to go away off to college as soon as that August or September came around. You know, that was just the ultimate goal. I have to be off and have to go off to college. Don't ask me why, but yeah. So I think I would have been absolutely devastated if I would have just applied to one college and I didn't get the chance to go and I had to stay home. Not that anything is wrong with staying home, but I had already saved money. I was ready to go. This was my goal and I had to go. So I started going to I started going to Glenville State College. I think I went down there August 15th or August 18th, one of the two. And yeah, when I first got there, they had just got done building some new dorms, so that's where my dorm room was, and I was on the second floor. I think my room number was 238B. Ignore my fat arm as well. So I met a lot of great people my freshman year. I feel like my freshman year was the best year of all years of college. I got to meet a lot of good people. I got to experience college and everything. I will not lie, I did a lot of partying my freshman year, and I did also do a whole bunch of socializing. My grades didn't necessarily suffer from it, but it's just a simple fact of I feel like I was just entirely too social. The school wasn't big. I think it had about 1,500 people altogether that went there, so it wasn't big, but the simple fact of there was not one person on that campus that I didn't know or that I hadn't had a conversation with or anything like that. So I feel like I went in there a little bit too social, just ready to mingle with everybody, and that was kind of a negative. As far as partying, there were 2 bars that we could go to. Glenville is a very small community, town, city, whatever it is. It's very small. It's literally made up of the college. So if the college wasn't there, I feel like it wouldn't have been the type of situation that it's currently in. So there were 2 bars. It was Trezan's and the Lion's Den, or the Lion something Lion. So that's where we would go to party, and you know, I feel like I was in a lot of drama as well because I was so social. I feel like when you are social, you do put yourself at risk to be in drama, whether you like it or not. So there were some good days and there were some bad days. I feel like I learned a lot my freshman year, and I definitely took that, and whatever I learned, I took it with me to Liberty. I really don't feel like I would be the person that I am today if it wasn't for my experience at Glenville and then transferring to Liberty. My freshman year, I did 36 credits altogether, so fall, spring, and summer session, and only 16 of those credits transferred to Liberty, so that basically sucked altogether. My freshman year, I was also very sick. I cannot remember the name of what I had. I know this probably sounds like I'm lying, but I did have something. I got very, very sick. There was a day that I decided to go out with my friends, and I'm not gonna lie, I had some stuff to drink, and then I ended up passing out as well as having a bad asthma attack. And my friends kept trying to serve me the inhaler over and over and over, thinking that I wasn't getting it, and they must have served me, I think it was about 50 pumps they had given me. It was pretty bad. I mean, of course they were only trying to help me, and they thought with me still gasping really hard that I hadn't received it. But anyways, that caused me to have a lot of problems with my heart, and I was very sick. I was on bed rest for about 2 to 3 weeks. It was hard to walk. It was bad, but I recovered, and I feel like I did really well my freshman year. I met some good people at Glenville, and I definitely miss Glenville. And yeah, so my sophomore year, I transferred to Liberty University, which is in, I was about to say Glenville, Virginia, which is in Lynchburg, Virginia. For those of you that do not know, Liberty is a Christian college, and I know a lot of people have opinions of Christian colleges. Oh, y'all don't have fun, y'all don't do this, y'all don't do that. That school ratchet. It's not ratchet, but it's not exactly what people think. People think you only walk around and everybody's holier than thou. That is not the case. Liberty is just like every other school, except the students, the faculty, have a serious love of God. And obviously, if you go there, maybe not everybody that goes there, but most of the people that go there have a serious relationship with God, or want to make their relationship with God stronger, whatever the case may be. So I went there my freshman year, my sophomore / freshman year of college, and coming in, I got accepted and everything, but they didn't have any room for me on campus. And if you're under 21 years old, and if you don't have plans to live with a relative that's older and married, you cannot live off campus. So with me not living on campus meant that I could not have gone to school. So basically, my family and I had to come down a little earlier than expected, around July, for me to be able to appeal that and be able to live off campus. I had 2 older cousins that went to the school prior to me going there, so I requested to live with them, and I had to write a letter and everything. So once I did that, I was granted the appeal, and basically from there on, me and Tiffany got an apartment. So coming into Liberty, I feel like a lot of kids or a lot of people know one another because they meet on campus. There's a lot of social functions and all of those 9 yards. Me coming in, I was to myself. I only hung out with Tiffany and my cousins. I didn't really go out my way to meet a lot of people, because I felt like at Glenville, I went out my way to meet a lot of people, and a lot of things happened that I didn't necessarily want to happen, and I wanted to focus on my grades and things like that. But I did meet a lot of good people my first year. My first class ever at Liberty was a biology class, and it was 300 to 500 people. Can you believe that? And coming from Glenville, my biggest class probably had 30 people in it. So it was a huge shock to me. It was completely different. But yeah, my sophomore year, the reason why I said my sophomore year is because coming from Glenville, they only took 16 credits out of the 36. So I was a sophomore transferring into Liberty, but technically a freshman. So after my first semester at Liberty, I was a sophomore. So, I met people through my cousin. I would hang out, but I was really just school and back to my apartment. I hung out with Tiffany, and then I eventually met some people. I started working at Sears, and then that's when I met some people. So yeah, there's not too much to say about my sophomore year, except I transferred, and it was a huge shock. Also, the campus was huge, is huge, and still growing to this day. Glenville only had like 3 buildings, so I had to come from a place that had 3 buildings to a place that had 80 acres. I don't know how big 80 acres are, but you know what I'm saying. It was huge. I mean, there were buses on campus. A bus literally took you from one side of the campus to the next. So it was a little bit different for me, but I was able to adjust and everything like that. My junior year, or my first junior year, I should say, I was really excited. I got a job at Chick-fil-A on campus, and I'm like, oh, I can meet new people this way. Everything's gonna work out perfect. And if y'all watch the story time, I have my boyfriend had a girlfriend video. This was the year of that. I will link that video down below just in case you have not seen it yet. Excuse me. And you know, I have a boyfriend. Everything's gonna be great, and everything wasn't great. I went through a lot. I went through a lot that semester, and that's when I just withdrew from everything in life, and I was working 45 to 50 hours a week, and it got bad, and I got stressed and a whole bunch of 9 yards, to the point that I stopped going to classes, stopped doing what I was supposed to be doing. I gave up focus on what I wanted to do in life, and I withdrew from school, and I got myself in trouble. So basically, January of my first junior year, I got a letter saying that I was academically suspended from school, and I had to go to another school, and I could appeal it, which I appealed it and did not get it. I had to go to another school to bring my grades back up, and then an appeal committee will go back over it and look over it. I did not tell my mom this was going on. I wasn't going to tell her, which I will tell everybody now, don't lie to your parents. So my mom got a letter in the mail, and she found out, and she was horrified. You know, this is coming from, I did lie to my mom about my grade, I'm not gonna lie. I told her I got a 3 something, you know, making sure that she doesn't worry, but look what happened. It bit me in the end, and my mom was mad. I can honestly say my mom was mad from January, whatever, let's just say January 1st up until around my birthday. It took my mom a while to get over it. So during that time, I met with the head of the committee, and he helped me out. He basically told me, just go to summer school, get your grades up, do this, do that. So I also found a program called Straighter Line. I will link that down below in the description box as well. Straighter Line is associated with Liberty University and associated with a lot of universities. So a lot of classes that I needed to take were on Straighter Line, so I just started taking Straighter Line classes. For example, Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2, and that was just an easier way for me to gain 8 credits while I'm out of school. If I look back now, I feel like I should have took advantage more of Straighter Line and probably took a whole bunch of classes, but hey, it is what it is. So that's basically what happened my first junior year, and I was able to get into summer school, and I got myself right back into school. So my second junior year, I got back into Liberty, and I decided to add a major. I decided that I wanted to be health promotion, clinical health promotion, and pre-med. So I decided that I would be taking the health classes as well as the biology classes. And my second junior year, it's funny saying second junior year. My second junior year went really well. I pulled my grades back up. I did what I had to do. You know, I proved people wrong. You know how people say you flunk out of college, it's hard to get back in, or you take time out of college, it's hard to get back in. I definitely proved people wrong. You know, I showed my family, like, I did mess up, but I will not mess up again. I'll do everything I have to do to get myself back into school and pull my grades back up. Because, mind you, my first junior year, I had a 0.0 GPA. Although I withdrew from the classes, I had a 0.0 GPA. So that brought my GPA down a lot. So I needed to bring it back up. So, that went well. I took all the classes that I needed to take for my junior year, and yeah. So, I mean, nothing too much happened after that besides the fact that I needed to pull my grades up, and which I did. My senior year, I came in excited. I knew I wanted to graduate. At that point, I had dropped the biology pre-med and just was flat out health promotion. And I remember I had applied for graduation probably around December or January. And then probably a month or so later, I got an email basically telling me, oh, you don't fit the requirements, talk to your advisor. And of course, I'm highly upset at that point. I'm like, who don't fit no requirements? So I went and talked to my advisor, and basically I just had a few science classes left over after my spring semester, and I told him that I wanted to take those credits over the summer. But he told me, first of all, you can only have 6 credits left over to go take classes over the summer. And I was horrified. And then my professor / advisor let me know of what I could do to switch my major. So in that sense, they had a new program which I decided to join, which is the Interdisciplinary Studies program, and it's basically a double or triple major. And I basically added psychology to my second half of my major, and it was lovely. Oh yeah, by the way, I already laid my edges down, and then I put my hair in braids. I moussed it and then put my hair in braids. But anyways, yeah, so he told me about what could happen because I was horrified. Like, I need to graduate. If I don't graduate, I'll be sad. During that time, I was even able to apply for graduate school, which I've already applied from graduate school, obviously, if I'm telling you this. But, yeah, and that's basically how my college experience went. I know a lot of people say, how'd you get through, how'd you do this, how'd you do that? I'm gonna tell you right now, by the shreds of my teeth. You know, I did mess up in school. I withdrew, I got kicked out of school. So many things went wrong, but at the end of the day, I was still able to accomplish the ultimate goal, in which is to walk across that stage and get myself right. It was definitely a hard journey. I'm not gonna lie. It was not the easiest journey in the world. I definitely do not regret my journey, especially the whole 9 yards of me getting kicked out of school. I don't regret it because I feel like those things made me appreciate my degree more. Some people never had any struggles in school. They were just flat out like, oh, first day of school, last day of school, things like that. I've always had struggles that I had to overcome while I was in school. For example, there were some times that I had to pay the school $6,500 to start. My last semester of school, it took me, I think I didn't join classes till the second week of classes because I owed them $6,500. So there was a lot of stress to that, but you know what, I overcame it, and I know a lot of you are students. Sorry if this video was a little bit boring, but I just wanted to tell y'all what happened through my 4 to 5 years of college. Technically I graduated high school 2010 and graduated college 2005, but I only went to school 8 semesters. So yeah, you can make it through. And if y'all have any questions, don't forget to comment down below. I'll leave every type of information down below in the description box. I hope y'all have a blessed day.